Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I sat down and asked Spirit, show me today what you want me to talk about. And I pulled a card from the Wild Muse Oracle deck. And I got the card, Tell It Like It Is. Tell It Like It Is. Immediately, myself, I started singing Aaron Neville. If you know, you know. Okay. Tell it like it is. And I listened to the song for a second because I was like, well, wait a minute. I said, maybe there might be a message in that song. Maybe it might be a channeled message in that song. And so I started to listen to it a little bit. And it's pretty much a love song, right? Telling a woman not to play with his heart and not to play with his emotions. And although I was like, well, that's not the message. I don't think that's what Spirit is saying exactly. But then I heard it. He had a part where he said, let your conscience be your guide. Don't be afraid to let your consciousness be your guide. And I was like, that's what I needed to hear. That right there is what I needed to hear. That is the message, okay? Tell It Like It Is in the Wild Muse Oracle talks about not literally killing yourself, unaliving your true essence, okay? 'Cause you can't say that on YouTube, in order to keep other people happy. In order to keep the peace. You know, it's interesting when people say keep the peace because it's never really your peace that you're keeping other people's peace. Whether this is in a relationship, whether this is in a family dynamic or even a coworker situation, people that you work with. A lot of times we tell ourselves it's easier to just bite my tongue, to keep the peace, to keep things flowing, right? For my own sanity. But then as time goes on and the more that you do that, you'll start to realize that you start to lose your sanity, right? Because so many times you have bit your tongue or kept the peace, so to speak, for other people. And every single time you do that, a little part of your soul dies. You lose a little piece of your authenticity because you are shutting down your throat chakra, okay? And you lose yourself. And one of two things happens. Your true essence becomes buried, or eventually you explode. And neither one of those are good. Because then when you explode, everybody's going to look at you like you were the problem. And in essence, you're your own problem. Okay? You're your own problem because you didn't allow yourself to do what you came to this world to do. And that was to be authentic, to be you, to speak your mind, to speak your truth. Okay? So if it's a friend situation and you always have that overbearing person who has to be right, or they have to be first, or they have to do things their way, and you're like, well, you know what, it's easier because I'm easygoing and I'm fluid and I can just, eventually that's going to wear you down. Eventually it's going to wear down the friendship because you have to set boundaries for yourself. Okay? It's a part of self-love. It's a part of self-care. And you're doing a disservice to the other person as well, okay? Because you're not helping them grow. Even if there's a dynamic that is difficult, you are put into each other's lives to help each other grow. And so this person may teach you something and you may teach them something. But if you're not speaking your mind and speaking your truth and telling it like it is, you're going to lose that opportunity to do so, okay? And a lot of relationships fail because you are not being your authentic self. One or both people aren't. And if it's a relationship built off of inauthenticity, then what is it? What are you even doing? What are we doing? All right. So I'm going to pull some cards here and I'll do a quick Celtic cross and see what is the energy that is presenting itself and what do you need to know about this situation. All right, let's get into it. Holy Spirit, Spirit Guides and Angels, please show me clearly. For the collective, I'm going to be using the Santa Muerte deck. What is it that the collective needs to see? Thank you so much. What is the overall? Okay. We have the King of Swords energy. The King of Swords speaks to truth, authority. It could even also be speaking your truth. But immediately what I was picking up on is that this is kind of the result of someone else in your life who may have cut you down, did not allow you to speak your truth, giving kind of a tyrant energy or an overbearing energy. It could be a father, it could have been a mother, it could have been, and I keep hearing masculine energy, but it could have been a mother as well. It could have been somebody in a relationship where their words were very sharp, very hostile. They could have been very cold, but there was somewhere early on in your life where they did not allow you to speak your truth. Or if you did, there were consequences, okay? I feel like this King of Swords is asking you to take that authority back, take your power back, take your voice back. All right, King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. What's the challenge here? The World card. The World card speaks to a cycle that is ending, completion, a chapter that is closing. And I feel like this has to do with you stepping into a new role, a new identity. Now, it's not something where you're trying to be someone else. It's you becoming who you were always meant to be. And so the World card says all of that energy from the past of you being chopped down, cut down, silenced in some way, maybe in order to keep the peace, maybe because you didn't want to piss someone off, maybe somebody was verbally, emotionally, or mentally abusive. That ends today. That is ending now. We have the World card here. There's a completion. It's in the challenge position, so it may feel difficult and you may be fighting this, but I feel like the universe, spirit, God is pushing you into this new role. Maybe it's leadership. Show me clearly. Yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Someone has literally suffered, whether it's been financially, physically, mentally, because it's like you've been playing these roles so, like you've been in these very small roles. You've been maybe getting jobs just to get by, or you didn't go after what you were always like, there was some sort of goal in your life that you always wanted to go after and you didn't do that. But I like that the Five of Pentacles is in reverse because this is the energy of coming out of the cold, coming out of isolation, coming out of depression, okay, coming out of loneliness, maybe even starting to speak about something that has happened, whether it's abuse, okay? Five of Pentacles in reverse is reclaiming your power. I feel like someone has been trying to figure out exactly why their life has always gone the way it has. And maybe you did know, right? Maybe you did know it was because of a relationship here that happened early on in life. It could have been childhood. It could have been romantic earlier on, where you dealt with somebody who was kind of abusive, but you just really didn't know how to heal that. It also could have been somebody being absent, as in a parent. And that sometimes can stifle our confidence very early on. In the past position here, we have the Nine of Pentacles and we have the Page of Swords. Ooh, I love this. Finding your independence again. And you could be very independent. You could be like somebody who lives by themselves, do things by themselves. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the type of independence where you put yourself out there, right? And you feel confident in who you are and what you're producing. The Nine of Pentacles is a very healthy, luxurious, abundant energy, and it's a lot different than the Five of Pentacles. Now, they got the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. We also have the Page of Swords. And this is an energy of learning, finding your voice. This is what they literally cut me off to say, finding your voice. Finding your voice. Finding your voice. Wow. Wow. And the Nine of Pentacles also, I'm getting this energy of being on the center stage. So there could be a situation here where it's time for you to stop playing small. I don't know if maybe you were in a group setting, maybe you're working for someone else, but it's time for you to take your power back and you step into a role where you're the face of something. It could be an entrepreneurship type of situation here, but you're the face of something. You're doing something. You're speaking up for yourself. I'm also seeing somebody's writings and visions coming to life. Maybe you've journaled. Maybe you have plans. It's time for you to turn that into some sort of energy exchange. indefinitely, because I'm seeing this actually now as the Six of Pentacles. I'm seeing the numbers flip-flop. So you go from the Five of Pentacles in reverse to the Six of Pentacles, Page of Swords energy. And as I'm seeing this skeleton, he's writing, he's on the scroll. So something here that you could have scripted, journaled about, or you have written down that it's time for you to implement. This could be bringing somebody financial freedom as well, especially if it's in a relationship that you're tied to or you're connected in, and you really don't know how to make it on your own. Let's see here. What's crowning the collective? That relationship could be with a job as well. So see here. What's crowning the collective? The Judgment. Yeah. Makes sense. Y'all hear licking, it's my dog underneath Bruno. The Judgment. You've reached a crossroads where you cannot go in the direction that you're going in any further. And so now you have a decision to make. It's time to release the old, or choose the old and never experience change, never experience freedom or liberation. Permanently silencing yourself, or pick a different path now that will put you on the center stage, or at least allow you to be in your authentic energy, your authentic self, because that's where your true abundance comes from, when you're being authentic and true to you and not trying to please anyone else. All right, Judgment here. Ancestors are helping you as well. It's like releasing an older version of yourself, an outdated version of yourself. What's coming towards you? The Star. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm seeing the Magician at the bottom of the deck. The Star energy. This is where your faith gets restored. The Star is about hope, optimism, okay, being center stage, dreams coming true, prayers being answered. The Star comes in after the Tower, after things have just come crumbling down because they were so inauthentic it couldn't stand up anymore the way that it was. It had to come down. Sometimes this could be a blowout. Sometimes this could be cussing someone out. Okay. Sometimes this could be, an argument, or sometimes it could just be like, you know what? I can't fake this anymore. I can't pretend like everything is okay. Like, I have been trying to keep the peace, trying to keep you off edge, just for my sanity, but I'm losing myself. I'm losing my sanity. I'm getting somebody regaining a sense of power and being able to speak up for themselves again. And when you do that, you regain some sense of power, and you start to see the vision very clearly of how your dreams are going to manifest. Like, you've had these desires inside of you before, and you just really were trying to figure out the how, and that how was crippling you because you felt like you didn't have the power inside of you to do it. Something was draining you. But I'm getting this Star, like the energy that I'm seeing is like, in video games where you kind of die and your energy gets drained, and then when you have this boost or this power up, the color comes back into the character. That's how I feel with the Star. Somebody's energy is restored. The moment that you cut something or someone off out of your life who has been stifling you or keeping you in this energy of not being who you need to be, or being in your authentic self, your authentic power, in order to keep some sort of peace. Remember, the overall energy is tell it like it is. So this is you speaking up, whether it hurts or not, whether you get fired or not. There's something better for you. All right. Whether it's a family situation and they don't speak to you for a little while, you're finding yourself. And that feels better than anything. When you disconnect from the people who don't, who are no longer serving you and you're no longer serving them, your soul family tends to come through. But you have to give yourself that space and that freedom to do that and unattach yourself to things that are unhealthy. Let's take a look at your energy. Wow, 3 cards came out. Beautiful. The Empress, the King of Wands, and the Hierophant. Taking charge of your life, This is literally like a spiritual graduation. And the Empress is all about healing, self-love, beauty, elevation, and abundance. She does not chase, she attracts. People are going to be mad. I'm going to tell you right now, people are going to be mad, people are going to be pissed off. People are always mad and pissed off when somebody takes their power back. When you're no longer someone's punching bag, or when you're no longer someone's footstool, stepping stone, people get upset. I've experienced it in my life before. When I started to level up, people get upset. They just get mad because how dare you? How dare you try to be better than me, or look better than me, or do more than me that I'm capable of? A lot of times you'll notice people are just your friends because you're just a few notches below them. And a lot of times you're never notches below them. It's you thinking lowly of yourself. It's you not having the confidence that you were born to have that makes it appear that you don't level up. But the moment that you remember who you are and you step into your power, that pisses people off. That's why a lot of friendships end. Sometimes even family relationships end as well. I'm seeing with the King of Wands as you being a visionary leader, you going after the things and the goals that you've always desired to do, and you absolutely killing it with the Empress. This is pure abundance. Pure abundance. It's like you're no longer doing things the way people expect you to do with the Hierophant. You're doing things your own way. Let's see here in your environment. Ooh, beautiful. You have the Sun. The Sun is in your environment. This is beautiful. This is joy, excitement, abundance, happiness, everything working out exactly how you dreamed of, with little effort. That's the key. That's the beauty about being authentic and speaking your truth. It's like once you have entered into that power, things start to feel effortless. Abundance feels effortless. It just flows. Okay? This is beautiful. Strong Leo energy. We have Libra, Taurus energy as well. And Aquarius energy. We have the Seven of Cups. Ooh. People are going to be, and isn't it interesting? People get confused about what they did once you start speaking up for yourself. That's what I'm getting here with the Seven of Cups energy. They start getting confused about, like, what's your problem? Why are you acting like that? What's gotten into you? Because you got your voice back. Because you're speaking up for yourself. Because you're no longer allowing yourself to be someone's punching bag or, whatever. They get confused. They don't understand why you don't want to be a part of their little game anymore. Maybe it's a situation where it's a third party and you're like, you know what? You said you were going to do this or you were going to do that and you're not doing it. And now I have to leave. I have to honor myself. I have to honor my truth. It's time. All right. It's time. That's the Seven of Cups energy I'm getting. It's like somebody acting funny. Like they're acting funny now. All right. Let's see here. What's the outcome? The King of Pentacles. Wow. You know your worth. And I like how in this card, he's holding his treasure chest. He's no longer giving away his value. Like you have to earn it. Okay? You have to earn it. It's like, I know what I'm worthy of, and I was lowering my standards. I was lowering my worth in order to please you. I was silencing myself in order to please you. And this could even be in a job situation. I'm packing my shit up and I'm leaving because I know my worth. Maybe I'm starting my own business. Maybe I'm going somewhere where they're going to pay me more, there's better benefits, and they actually treat me fairly and nicely. I love this. This is the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. And it started with the King of Swords. There's some tough conversation that has to be said. And maybe you get the urge to do it out of the blue, or maybe there's a trigger that comes up and you said, okay, this is the time. Now is the time where I have to speak my truth. I have to speak my mind. I can't allow myself to go on like this anymore. I need people to see me for who I am and not who they want me to be. Not who fits into their story or their image. All right. It's time for you to reclaim your voice. So I'm going to leave it right there. I think that's a beautiful message here, and I'll talk to you guys soon.